What's up, guys? This is Merc Music, and today we're going to debunk a really secretive mystery, which is why is Matt so salty? Why does he rage and get angry at Call of Duty so much? Just as a side note, I'm currently playing some Black Ops 1, and this is actually a really fun class. You can use whatever weapons you want to, but I really recommend checking out Lightweight, Steady Aim, and Marathon. Try to get them Pro, too, because you get some really good advantages with the Pro perks as well. But use akimbo weapons. It's a shit ton of fun, and I really enjoyed this team deathmatch. I ended up doing pretty well, too, and all in all, it was just a really fun class, a really good game, and yeah. Regardless of that, let's talk about why Matt gets so pissed off at Call of Duty, because I've posted, I don't even know how many videos in the last couple of weeks, maybe like 3 or 4, maybe even more, but in general, you'll watch some videos and you'll hear Matt get pretty pissed off at Call of Duty, and let me just tell you this, because I don't know how well you might actually know Matt, but just as a heads up, the person that is usually raging in these videos is almost always Matt. A lot of people get him mixed up with Mike, and it's not Mike. Mike doesn't really play all that much Call of Duty at the moment, and Matt really doesn't either. Like, the thing is that both of them are not really into YouTube as much as, you know, I am, because it's my job, you know? And it's funny, too, because I didn't want to make this commentary without, you know, consulting Matt first, otherwise it's just not really fair. When I brought this up and I was telling him about the comments, I was like, hey man, did you read some of these comments? And he was like, yeah, everyone's saying I'm a salty little bitch. And, you know, he's aware of it. But the thing is that when I asked him, or not even really asked him, but when I just brought it up, he had said that since he's not a YouTube personality and he doesn't see himself as one, what you hear from him is really just the perspective of just a regular person playing Call of Duty. He's not going to try to put on any kind of act. He's not going to try to act a certain way. He's just playing the game. And, you know, that's his personality. He likes to get pissed off. He also likes to have a lot of fun. It just depends on the mood he's in. And, not, you know, he's not always in this perfectly positive mood. And if you're expecting him to always be positive or act a certain way, it's not going to happen. That's just the reality of the situation. So I feel like reading a lot of these comments and seeing a lot of this stuff about him being salty, annoying, whatever it might be, yeah, it's true. It's not going away, though. That's just the way he acts. He doesn't always act that way, though, but Call of Duty brings out the worst in him, but also, let me just kind of touch on why it's not necessarily a bad thing, because he says that it's because he doesn't try to put on a certain act, but I know why he gets so pissed off playing Call of Duty, and it's the same reason why, on occasions, I will get really pissed off at Call of Duty 2, and I'm not just talking about, like, every so often where you get, like, a bullshit death from a gravity spike in Black Ops 3. I'm talking about, like, actually being very pissed off, disappointed, that kind of thing. It stems from the fact that when you play a video game and you have certain intentions, whether that's to win or to do very well, you have expectations for greatness, and it doesn't always get met. Ultimately, I think that's why he gets so pissed off. It's because he has high expectations from himself, he has high expectations from his teammates, and when those expectations aren't met, you tend to not be in a very good mood. And I think that's really where it all stems from. The thing that also happens, you have to try to catch yourself whenever you're playing a video game and this happens. Usually what happens in Call of Duty, I've noticed this from playing years and years and years of Call of Duty with him, I know for a fact that what tends to happen is one bad thing will happen in a game, and it puts you on this downward spiral. It's like a snowball effect. One bad thing will happen, and then every single death after that becomes this huge ordeal when it's really just another death. And it's not really supposed to be that big of a deal, but you blow it out of proportion because something else happened, and now there's no stopping. It's usually pretty good to try to catch yourself before that happens, because as you guys know, that's kind of what has made some of these more recent videos unenjoyable from your guys' perspective. I totally understand that. It's literally just the fact that one bad thing happens, and then it becomes like the center. It becomes the main focus. All you want to do is keep complaining over and over and over again, even if everything else that's happening afterwards is nowhere near as bad as what happened the first time around. So, yeah, even though he says that it's because he's not trying to put on some kind of act, obviously, and he's just playing the game, I do believe that it ultimately boils down to the fact that he wants to do well, personally. He wants his team to do well, and when one of those things is not right, whether he's doing bad or the team's doing bad or both of them are happening, it's just not a very enjoyable experience for him, and he's going to vocalize that. So, yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there. It's not really that big of a deal to me. It's not that big of a deal to him, but you know, you guys were pretty vocal in the comments about this being sort of a problem, so I wanted to be able to address it. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more insight, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys later.